Look, man, if we are fathers of sons and we have skill sets that we have used to provide for our sons their entire lives, and they don't know at least the general knowledge of that skill set by the time they become 18, not only did we fail the fuck out of our sons, we also failed the fuck out of the community. Because, see, men, we have to have utility. We have to be useful in some way, shape, or form. We have to have skill sets that are assets to our communities. We have to have what they call that know how, okay? And it's too many young men going out into the world today that don't have that know how, which makes them less useful, which by default makes them less impactful. And this is on us as men, it's on us as fathers, because we have no problem passing down the jump shots and the ball handling skills and helping them, with their ability to see the floor. We have no problem teaching them which hole to hit and how hard to hit it, and helping them with their footwork to get off the line of scrimmage and get an advantage on the defensive back. We have no problem passing down that. We have no problem passing them a microphone, teaching them how to record a rap. We have no problem teaching them how to be a quote unquote real nigga. But when it comes to the things that we go out and do every day, go out and do to provide for our families, go out and do to make the world easier, more efficient, we don't pass that down to them. If you are a mechanic and you have 3 sons and you don't give them that knowledge, not only did the community miss out on 3 potential mechanics, but when you retire, we lose a mechanic in you. That's a 4 mechanic swing, and that's unacceptable. And this is not saying that our sons have to take this knowledge and run with it, and that we need to point our sons in that direction as far as a career field. No. What it's saying is that our sons should at least have the knowledge, if they choose to go out and expand upon that and take it to another level, or at least have the knowledge to put it in their back pockets and give them another option in life if what they choose to do does not work out for them. Give them an option in life to where they have a skill set to where if they see somebody in need, they have the knowledge to go help them if they so choose. And the community misses out on this because when there's a natural disaster, which can happen anywhere, our communities are the ones that are not rebuilt. Our communities are the ones with the men that are standing around looking which way we need to go and how we gonna get about getting something done, while the other communities' men are getting right to work because they have a community full of men with that know-how. While our community, we kept that shit to ourselves to keep the advantage for ourselves. We didn't want to give the knowledge to our sons or our brothers or our cousins, because if they got that knowledge, well, then that would mean they're right on par with us. And we got to keep that advantage to where we can continue to look down on whoever we want to look down on because, we got the knowledge, we making the top dollar doing that. And that's a fucking problem. And like I say, if a natural disaster hit one of our communities, we're the ones sitting around waiting on FEMA. Waiting on, FEMA to send us a check that we can use to call a company who's going to send out some men, quite frankly, of other communities to come and fix up our communities. And most of us not even going to use that money to fix up whatever property that we have damaged. We're going to look at that money as a come up. We're going to say, hey, shit, if we relocate over here, we only got to spend half this money, and then we can put the other half and try to flip it this way or that way or the third. And so we abandon the community at that point. This is why when you go into our communities, they look the way they look. They're run down the way they run down. Our communities used to not be like that. Quick question. How many of you guys can go into your phone right now and go into your contacts and call an electrician, a plumber, a carpenter, a mechanic, a doctor or a nurse, a police officer, a lawyer, an educator? How many of you guys can call all of those professions from the contacts on your phone right now, people that you personally know? How many of you guys can pick up the phone right now and call someone and say, hey, yeah, Bob, man, this is Anthony. Yeah, man, I got a drain that's plugged up, man. I done stuck a snake down there and everything, man. Let it do what it do, and it's still clogged up, man. Can you swing by when you get off of work or when you get a chance and, come take a look at it and let me know what you think it might be? How many of you guys can make that phone call? How many of you guys can call someone and say, hey, yeah, I got a child that's sick, and these are the symptoms? Can you let me know what you think it is? How many of you guys say, yeah, my child's not doing so well in school with this subject, and I'm bad at this subject? Can you give me 5-10 minutes and run some math problems by you? Run some of these problems, run some history by you? Can you do that? How many of you guys have these type of contacts in your phones? And see, this used to be in our community. We used to have communities full of people that had impact, okay? Men and women. Right now, we have a bunch of young men that stand around looking for an opportunity, looking for a lick to pull, looking for a come up, looking for a scam. It's all about the money. And I can hear somebody typing right now. Yeah, if you got your money right, you ain't even got to worry about picking up no tools. I ain't got to use no hammer or no saw, nothing like that, man. I'll call a company, man. I'll call a handyman. You know what a handyman is? A handyman is just a man who actually had a man teach him how to be a man. Every man walking this earth should be a quote unquote handyman. Doesn't mean you have to know the knowledge of everything. This is why you have different professions. But you should be willing to and able to, put in some work to get some shit done. It's a lot of people, it's a lot of men out there with that mentality. That, yeah, well, I got money and that solves everything mentality. It's a man out there about to take his family on a road trip right now. Not because he can't afford a flight for his family, but because he want to knock a road trip off of the bucket list, okay? And he don't even know how to change tires. He don't even know where the fuck the spare tire is. He don't know how to jack the car up. So if that car just so happens to blow a tire, he's waiting 2, maybe 3 hours for a service truck to come and lift up his vehicle and change his tire. Something that would have taken a man 10, 15 minutes at the most to do. He doesn't even know to keep a couple gallons of water on him, to get an extra serpentine belt before he goes, to get an extra hose. He doesn't even know to bring that with him. He doesn't know how to even put the serpentine belt on or anything like that, how to clamp the hose down. There are men out there that do not know how to put together furniture. There are men out there that have never shoveled a driveway, have never raked the lawn, have never mowed a lawn. These are the type of men that we are producing today. And yeah, we've all heard the quote, hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. We're in that good times creating weak men phase right now. And it's because we're not passing down that knowledge. There should be no reason why the power goes out in a certain part of your home, you get right on the phone and start calling for a service truck because you don't know how to check a breaker. You don't know how to check a GFCI. It's no reason for that. It's no reason why you don't know how to use a snake to unclog a drain. Why you don't know how to change a toilet. It's no reason why you as a man don't know how to do this or are not willing to do this. Now, if you just got the money, it's no fucking issue and all of that, whatever. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, you need to know these things. Y'all be the same ones that, something happens, you waiting on a goddamn service truck, you calling, blowing up the goddamn company line, giving the customer service lady a badass fucking day. Cause you talk about, when did that man gonna be here? Man, I called 6 hours ago. That man still ain't gonna be here. What number am I left on the list? How many houses he got to go to before he get to mine? Hold up, baby. I'm trying to get the man over here. Stop all that yelling. I'm trying to get the man over here. That's what the fuck y'all doing. Y'all giving customer service reps a bad day because y'all not handy enough to take care of some simple shit. You don't know. And it's sad. But like I say, I don't mean to get off or anything like that. For men that actually have utility, and we have sons, nephews, or just young men that we think highly of in our lives, we need to pass down that information. We need to get it to where they carry on the ability to do what we have done. If not, in an expert level that we do, at least in a general knowledge level.